All right, my AP Psychology minions. We are on to Chapter 2, Neuroscience and Behavior. This chapter can be dry, and I'm going to try and spice it up. Hopefully the Candy Neuron Project will bring some life to it. But important stuff you got to know, and I will tell you that as far as the AP world is concerned with this topic, this and Chapter 1 are probably the two most tested chapters in this whole book. They love this chapter because it's hard science, and so it makes up a lot of the test at the end of the year. So here we go. I'll try to keep it interesting. First, let's do the overview. It's 4 main sections: neural communication, the nervous system, the brain, and then the endocrine system. All important parts of the body and help it function. The first one we're going to talk about in this video is the neural communication. I'm going to try and keep this video relatively short if I can. It might stop suddenly, but that's okay. I'll just pick up on the next video. Keep it interesting. All right, first, we have some things to hook you in here. Basically, the human brain is the most complex system, natural or man-made, in the world, according to some very smart guy I got this from. Whatever. But there are over 100 billion nerve cells in the brain, in the body. At a loss rate of 200,000 per day during our adult lives, we will still end up with over 98% of our brain cells. So that's not bad. All right, then you have the average number of neurons in the octopus brain is 300 million. So there you go for something to compare to. I'm not sure why the octopus brain has so many neurons and what that could mean for us, but I thought that was kind of interesting. We end up with 250,000 neurons developing per minute when we are in fetal development in utero. So that's quite a few. Diameter of neuron is 4 to 100 microns. So I hope you know what a micron is. I don't. So anyway, keep that in mind. And then, of course, a giraffe has a 15-foot long axon, which is kind of impressive. We don't have that. And then, of course, the neural transmission tends to go from 1.2 to 250 miles per hour. Pretty darn fast throughout the body, okay? There are as many neurons in the human brain as there are stars in the Milky Way, which is kind of overwhelming. And then while you are awake, your brain can produce enough electricity to illuminate a 25-watt bulb. Cool stuff. Just FYI, interesting stuff. So on to the important stuff. Biological psychology. That's what we're looking at here, is a branch of psychology concerned with the links between biology and behavior. So we're looking for reasons like why I guess I'm trying to think of, biological psychologists are going to say there's a chemical or a neurological reason for anything that goes on, like your personality, your mood, things like that, as to we can actually find something in the brain, in the body, that we can manipulate. Okay, it's not just this magical personality is our personality and we don't ever know why. And to some extent that can be it, but maybe our mood. Or maybe a better example would be depression. Okay, they can actually locate now. Of course, I've said this several times, where certain chemicals are or not supposed to be found in the brain to make you just have a happy mood. All right, it's all the same. Basically, you're going to hear all these different terms. You can be a neuroscientist, a neuropsychologist, behavior geneticist, biopsychologist, goes on and on and on. Basically, in this world, it's such a brand new world for those of you who are interested in this neuropsychology type stuff. It's like as someone realizes it's a different way to approach the brain, they kind of get to call themselves something slightly different. I don't know if it's an ego thing or if there truly is a difference between all these, but it's basically all the same as far as the studying of the mind in different perspectives. I heard an analogy put once that it's like trying to attack a castle. You can attack the castle by going over the wall. You can attack the castle by going under the wall, or you can attack the castle by going through the front gate. And those are all kind of ways that we're attacking, I guess, the deconstruction of the mind, the brain. All right, and now we're on this one. Okay. All right. While neurons can be different sizes and shapes, They all share a similar structure and function in a similar way. Neurons are broken into 3 categories based on their location and function. So you have sensory neurons, motor neurons, and interneurons. Sensory neurons help us sense the world, help us survive. Motor neurons help us react once we sense those things that are going on in the world. Okay, when you break it all down, I know we all think we're all so important in our our lives and all these things that we get caught up with and love and video games and what am I going to be? Am I more important than them? Are they more important than me? Really, our whole body is just designed to take in the environment, very bbasic like, and then react to it. Okay, so when it gets too hot, we roll up our sleeves. Ah, there we go. See, I did that earlier today. So I felt I was getting warm, I was starting to sweat a little bit. Those are my sensory neurons, and then my motor neurons helped me roll up my sleeves. I made an adjustment to my environment. Interneurons are simply in between the two. They are different than each, but they are the middleman. They connect them. They sort of are the translator for each other. So that's what an interneuron is. A neuron exists to perform 3 basic tasks, and you can see it kind of goes in line with what I just said. Receive information from other neurons that feed it, carry information down its length, down its axon, and then pass the information on to the next neuron. Okay? Very simple, very basic. Neural communication. Let me hold off on that.